Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle Ciliado, and now I am going to discuss about the history of indigenous arts in the Philippines from pre-colonial to post-colonial period. So first is the indigenous arts. Indigenous arts is the artwork created by the indigenous people, the traditional people who come from the land. So indigenous art is like indigenous people who indigenous culture represents many things. Most important to understand about indigenous art is that indigenous people is not one thing. They are many people, many nations, many beliefs, and also many traditions. So that is the indigenous arts. Next is the pre-colonial period. So pre-colonial period, it is existing or occurring before an area undergoes colonization. The pre-colonial period broadly refers to the span of time prior to the introductions of European colonialism and areas across the world. So there are the example of pre-colonial period. First is status, second manunggol jar, last is balul. First is status. Sign of bravery, a symbol of social standing and a rite of passage. And the manunggol jar is a secondary burial jar excavated from a Neolithic burial site in the Manunggol Cave of Tabon Caves at Lipuon Point in Palawan, Philippines. Last is the balul. The balul is a curved wooden statue that the Ifugao people of northern Luzon used to guard their rice crops. So, next is Spanish period. It is begun when explorer Ferdinand Magellan came to the islands in 1521 and claimed it as a colony for the Spanish Empire. The period lasted until the Philippines Revolution in 1898. So, Spanish period is the Spanish introduced formal painting, sculptures, and architectures which was inspired by the Rococo, Byzantine charts, and Gothic and Baroque. And most artwork are religious, like Catholic, and waste artworks bear the Philippine stamp. Next is, so this is the example of Spanish period. Next is American period. It is one of the turning points which made our Philippines literary traditions colorful and interesting. So American period is a period of American colonization of the Philippines lasted 48 years from cession of the Philippines to the U.S. by Spanish in 1898 to the U.S. Recognition of Philippines independence in 1946. During American period in the Philippines, there are the ensuing Philippine American War lasted 3 years and resulted in the death of over 4,200 American and over 20,000 Filipinos combatants. So, there are the example of American period. The colonial American period is neoclassicism and architecture, the White House, and the Philippines is neoclassicism and Philippines. Next is Japanese period. It is Japan occupied the Philippines for over 3 years until the surrender of Japan. So the Japanese period is, there are the three types of poems emerged during this period. First is haiku, tanaga, and karaniwang anyo. The common famous poems during the Japanese occupations was nationalism, country, love life, and the barrios, faith, religious, and the arts. Next is the post-colonial period. Post-colonial period refers to the period since 1945 when numerous colonies and positions of major Western countries began to gain independence in the wake of the end of World War II. And there is the arts of post-colonial period. And that would be all. Thank you.